Good morning and welcome to the new edition of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. There is some issue with our political leaders, be they in USA, be they in Canada, be they in India, be they in Pakistan, wherever they are. They love to ban things. They love to ban books. They love to ban movies. Most of all, they want to ban those things which should be left to the people. Banning by itself, anything, is a paradox because it encourages the use. Yesterday, there was a news item that Justin Trudeau, the Honorable Prime Minister of Canada, is thinking of banning guns, but he will not ban them federally. He will also not request the premiers to ban them in the provinces, but he wants the ban to be given to the cities. This power to ban the guns. He says some cities want to ban it, some cities don't want to ban it. But the rural areas definitely don't want to ban it because living in isolated places, they have to protect themselves from the marauders, from the wild animals. So you can't ban it. But is banning a solution? Normally it's said, well, there has been mass shooting. Why ban? Why ban guns? Today let's concentrate on that. Haven't we seen the experience of what happens in the bans? USA banned alcohol, the prohibition, the infamous prohibition. And the result was an upsurge in smuggling and moonshine, illegal. In India, every year, hundreds of people die because of the illicit alcohol. Coming to the guns, which countries have banned them? Or which leaders have banned them, really? If you look at the history, Stalin banned them, Mao banned them, Hitler banned them. And what was the result? Those countries were not democracies. Maybe Honorable Prime Minister loves the strong countries. He's a lover of Cuba. Fidel Castro was his idol, and he likes China. So maybe for him, it is perfectly justified to ban. But has he also seen that the countries which have banned, are they not seeing unacceptable increase in the murders and the shooting? Look at India. The Arms Act of India is so stringent that it's practically impossible to keep a gun legally. But if you go to Bundelkhand, if you go to UP, if you go to Bihar, everybody is having country-made handguns called katta. Everybody. When I say everybody, I don't mean 100%, but at least 99.9% people have that. And you will find kids having it. But the murders more are in the metropolitan cities, not in the villages where the kattas are there. There might be murder, one or two, but the population wise, the percentage wise, is more in the metros. But the banning has not stopped killing. Look at Pakistan. The same Arms Act which is applicable in India was formulated by the Britishers in 1934, and that is applicable in Pakistan as well. Are there no murders over there? Is there no mass shooting over there? As a matter of fact, many more people have been killed. And then who kills with the guns? It's the criminals. If you ban it, they'll get it from somewhere else. And today, you can get it on the internet very easily. You need a proper credit card and an access and a delivery address, and it will be delivered to you. And suppose you ban it, are you sure that the people are not going to smuggle it or buy it from illegal means? That's one aspect of banning. That bans have never been successful. You ban the books, and the people will surreptitiously read them. I remember myself, Government of India had banned a book, The Continent of Sarse by Niraj Chaudhary. When I appeared in my interview for the first time for my job, it was a very senior job, and I was asked in UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, which recruits IAS and other senior officers, Dr. Lamba, sorry, Mr. Lamba, you have shown evidence of a great reading. And one of the members of that interview board was Professor Rajan, the head of the Department of English in Delhi University, and he asked me, have you read Continent of Cersei? I said, yes, I have. Another member immediately asked, how could you get it? Because this is banned book. I said, well, tell me, which book is not available? I have read Lady Chatterjey's Lover, which was banned. I've read Continent of Cersei. And there's nothing which is not available. Maybe you have got to pay more. That's all. So if books cannot be banned, if prohibition shows that the illicit liquor can still be manufactured without license, the only thing is that when you ban it, the danger increases. The kattas I was talking about, the country-made pistols available in India, explode and they kill the user and the other person also. So the killing is doubled. Illicit liquor kills many more than the controlled production, which is where some quality controls are kept. So why are we so fond of banning when it has shown US experience, India experience, and all new country you take up which has banned has ultimately rescinded the ban. Human beings always object to being controlled. And every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You ban it, and there'll be a certain mistake about the product, and the people will buy it. Sometimes out of curiosity, sometimes out of bravado and challenge. Why give them this challenge? And then the inanity of banning itself shows that you don't trust people. People have elected you to lead, to govern, not to interfere in their day-to-day lives. Sometimes you ban a movie, sometimes you ban a picture, sometimes you ban a book. This is unacceptable. But what Honorable Trudeau recommends is still more unacceptable. You'll ask how. He says that the banning would not be done federally. Normally, such laws should be federal. Internal security, law and order, the criminal procedure codes, they are the domain of the central government. But he says, no, we will not do it. Okay, then would the provinces do it? No, the provinces wouldn't do it. But the cities would do it. And then he raised 2 points. Somebody asked that there are some premiers who would not like it. For example, in Alberta, in Saskatchewan, in the rural Nunavut, under these rural communities, no premier is going to alienate his people by advocating banning of the guns. But the political leadership, especially in the metros, is very fond of saying there was killing of the women, innocent women, in the Polytechnic in Montreal. Even now people say, well, 30 years have passed and guns have not been banned. As if guns had been banned, it would have become, the Montreal would have become El Dorado, a utopia, a place where you can enjoy life. No. But look at the inane aspect of permitting the municipalities to ban it. Now let's assume that a municipality in Mississauga, Toronto, or Brampton ban the guns. They say no guns would be permissible. Absolutely zero. Now, is there a ban on traveling? A person living in Caledon Cannot he travel to Mississauga and kill somebody? Or would there be barriers at the entry where you will conduct body search of all the people coming to that metro? You might say, well, if he's bringing it, it's illegal. Well, that's exactly the point I'm making, that most of the killing is done by the illegal weapons, not by the legal weapons. You have a system of gun registry. Now, suppose somebody is living here in Calgary, where I live now, but somebody in Arade or in Red Deer can own a gun. Calgary has banned it, assume it. And he can come, take up a bus, hop into a car, drive down, kill some people, shoot people, and go back. Or be arrested or shoots himself. So, how does banning with the municipalities help? It means that you want to convert each city into a watertight compartment. No transport shall permit anybody, or you shall start having a barrier where you a police control and everybody is checked, or access cameras are fitted and nobody's carrying a gun. And then leave it apart. Somebody shifts from the non-banned municipality to a banning municipality. And while he was living in a non-banning municipality, he owned a number of guns, which people do. Would he not become a lawbreaker the moment he shifts to a municipality where the guns are banned? So you want to encourage people being illegals. You ban, and even an innocent person, if he shaves, he becomes a criminal. If it's at a national level, there is some semblance of sanity. Giving it to a province is still not acceptable, but okay, in the whole province you have sanity. Though you can always say, well, moving from one one from one province to other would involve the same hazard as moving from one city to another. But moving or banning a product only in certain municipal areas is takes a cake. You cannot accept it. It's beyond imagination that is banned in, say, Toronto, but it's not banned in Whitby. It's banned in Calgary, not in Red Deer. Banned in Vancouver, but in Surrey you can have it. Or in Richmond you can have it. How far can we go in our ridiculous approach to the issue? I can fully accept that have background checks. I can fully accept that have a continuous monitoring. And even that I'm accepting it with an amount of hesitation. But to say that you ban it, but don't ban it federally, but ban it at the provincial, not at the provincial level, but at the municipal level, well, that doesn't gel. That, in fact, is encouraging common people, innocent people, become criminals for no fault of their own. You move from a place to place, or are you going to create a system that anybody moving from a gun allowing municipal area to a gun banning municipal area has to be scrutinized? The right to the movement of in the country is going to be prohibited and restricted, and isn't that a charter violation? The best thing would be to make people aware that they don't need the guns. Nobody wants to buy a gun for the sake of having a gun. Either he's fond of hunting or for self-protection, but mostly they buy for self-protection. So give them that sense of security that they don't need to buy it. And install a program of over a sea site. as well as educating them about maintaining and keeping the arms under lock and key so that the kids or the antisocial elements cannot get it. There was the news that 10-year-old guy shot his mom. That was the fault of the parents who didn't keep the arms in the lock and key. But no amount of banning would have stopped it. You need to educate people. You need to instill in people a sense of responsibility and a sense of ownership, ownership of responsible ownership. Let people be accountable. But this harebrained scheme reminds me of a famous king in India, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who ordered his capital to be shifted from Delhi to Daulatabad in south, and then when the people reached there, ordered them back. And Muhammad bin Tughlaq became an example for stupidity of the rulers. I'm sure the government of Canada would not embark on this Tughlaq expedition and let the things be as they are, concentrate on educating people, have background checks, everything, but don't ban them. And if you have to ban them federally. I have no problem even if you ban it, but ban it at federal level rather than at a municipal level. That itself is going to cause many more problems than solve the problems. Think about it. Thank you.